Welcome back to RABID Noise on RABID Radio. That was Final Journey from the one and only Accept. And joining us on the program now from the band is the legendary Wolf Hoffmann. How's it going today, man?
Excellent. How are you? How's it down under there?
Very good, thanks, man. So, your new killer album, Blind Rage, has just been released, and it really seems like you guys are on fire at the moment. How's the response been from your point of view?
Oh, my gosh, it's been so good. I can't hardly believe it. I mean, this is like a dream come true. Everybody seems to love it. What's going on here? I love it.
Well, man, it's a solid album, and it's just all killer, no filler from start to finish.
Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, we worked hard to make it the best possible album we could, and but at the end of the day, you never really know what to expect once you let it go and release it. So we're quite thrilled to have that positive of response. I mean, worldwide, it's been really like quite, embraced. Like, could have never hoped for anything better. It's amazing.
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you guys. So you worked with Andy Sneap again on the new album, who's one of my favourite producers on the planet. What ideas did he bring to the table for Blind Rage?
You know, we've been working with Andy for some time now, and on the first album that we did with him, he was sort of very important to go through the songs that we had written and sort of guide us stylistically a little bit. Once we had that, it was easier and easier with each album. On this one, we pretty much wrote most of the songs already on target, so he wasn't as involved in the songwriting and selection as maybe on the earlier ones. But he was definitely there when it was time to record everything, and he is like, you know, he's a great guy to work with, no doubt. He definitely gives us the sound that we need, and nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah, he's an absolute genius, man, and the album, it sounds great too. He did such a good job. You know, as Accept has been going for many years now, and newer generations are getting into you guys with your recent albums, or they've been introduced by your long-time fans. Do you find that your shows these days have a more diverse attendance?
Oh, yeah, diverse. Absolutely. On one hand, we have the fans who grew up with us, you know, and they're getting up there in age, just like we are. But we also have a newer generation, like literally kids, like teenagers sometimes, where I wonder, how do they even know about us? I mean, they must be going through either their dad's record collection or, you know, I don't know how they pick it. I mean, a lot of people, younger fans, I think, sort of rediscover where it all came from. And classic bands like us who have been around a long, long time, they get discovered by these kids nowadays. So we literally have audiences from 16 to 60 or thereabouts almost, you know.
That's awesome, man. Considering, you know, it really shows that a band who's got such a strong following and they're right on the right track, and they've always been, you know, bringing out great material like yourselves, you know, that it just keeps going on and on and on forever, that there'll be people always discovering new music. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, metal is really so mainstream now, and especially in Europe. It's hard to believe. I mean, when we were kids and when we started doing this whole thing years and years ago, it was certainly, you know, we were the rebels, and we were very far away from mainstream, I can tell you that. But now it's, you know, metal is sort of pretty much everywhere in Europe. It's great.
That is awesome, man. That's awesome. I wish it was more mainstream down here in Australia, but you know, it's. I guess hopefully it'll grow like it has in Europe. So, you know, there are many bands and musicians that are influenced by your playing and your music. Are there any newer bands that return that inspiration for you?
Not really, only because I never really have time and or interest really to spend much time listening to other bands, because I'm always involved in my own projects. I mean, when you do this kind of stuff, and we do it day and night, we breathe, and we do interviews, and I work on the set list, and I write songs, and I mean, there's literally so little time outside of what we do that, I mean, I don't really have time to, you know, there's not much I know, really. You probably know much more bands than I do, that's for sure.
But, you know, that shows your dedication and your love for what you do, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but, you know, we don't really need it for inspiration, and it's not no disrespect to anybody, but honestly, it doesn't really interest me that much, and I don't honestly have the time. You sort of end up living in your own little bubble world. That's what happens to us when we're on the road or when we're in the studio. You're in your own little cosmos here.
Awesome, man. Well, you're going to be heading down to Australia for your first time with Accept. Will you be filming the tour for any upcoming releases?
Well, we're constantly filming where we can. It's not always quite so easy, and we can't bring a film team or any of that nature. But we're trying to film as much as we can while we're on the road this time. And who knows what we're going to use it for. But I'm totally looking forward to coming to Australia for the first time because we waited long enough, that's for sure, you know. So finally, we're coming down there.
Finally, that's it. I know so many people that are just so stoked that you guys are coming down. I mean, even my tattoo artist, when I told him he was doing a piece on me, I said, you like Accept? He goes, yeah, I love Accept, you know that. And I go, they're touring in November, and he almost fell off his chair.
Yeah. So it's going to be great regardless, just to see the people and meet everybody and see the country. That alone is going to be worth the travel into. But then again, the shows are going to be, I think, killer. We're going to bring a good set list of new songs, and of that new era with Mark Tamillo, but at the same time, we're going to bring some timeless classics, stuff from the 80s, fans that fans definitely want to hear. So it's going to be good, man.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, my favourite tracks off Blind Rage are 200 Years and Bloodbath Mastermind. Will you be playing those ones when you come down here?
Well, maybe, if you ask us nicely, yeah.
Please?
Yeah, okay, very good. That was good. That was a good start. We have gone through, I haven't made the final selection yet. That's going to come here in about a week or two when we start rehearsals for this tour. Then we'll go through the new songs and pick out the ones that we like the best and that feel the best, and we'll see. Awesome.
Well, it's definitely going to be one show to remember, that's for sure. And what's next for Accept after this tour? What do you got planned?
Well, we're pretty booked out until the end of the year now, and I think there's going to be a little time off in January and February perhaps, and then we're going to start touring in March possibly. And more shows around the world. Probably the U.S. is going to be due for a full tour, and surely some countries in Europe we hadn't had time to visit this time around. Then who knows where else, But definitely a lot of touring for this album because it needs it, and there's lots of places we haven't been to, and lots of fans we haven't visited yet.
Oh, that's awesome. Sounds like it's going to be one full-on ride for you guys.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Can't wait, man. It's going to be great. It's making a record and writing all these songs is it takes a good long time. And when the album is finally out, you can't really wait for those new songs to hit the stage. And that's where we are right now, Because we carried those songs around with us for almost a year now, or some of them, So it's time to let them out of the bag.
Oh, it's going to be epic, man. It's going to be so good. Well, we're going to go to the track Bloodbath Mastermind now from Blind Rage. Thanks so much for hanging with us tonight, Wolf, and we're going to see you at the Hi-Fi in Brisbane on November 16th.
Man, I want to meet everybody there. Can't wait. It's going to be great.